I move to open the meeting at 6:33.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Roll call vote.
All right.
Roll call vote.
First on our little
We did a roll call.
Five plan.
Oh, Steve, they're saying we have to do a roll call vote.
You have to do a roll call vote. Individual member has to.
I guess I'm not understanding.
Okay.
What, because we're doing
I
remote?
think you have to say my name and then say Pam's name and we vote, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Because some of us are remote. Is that right, Caesar?
Yes, that's right. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a pain, I'm just trying
No,
to
yeah.
not get a complaint, that's all.
Put it in. Very good. So, start it again? Does,
Right, so do we just go all in favor and then we each individually say it,
Yep,
Caesar?
you'd say all in favor, and then you'd say Steve, aye, Candace, aye,
Okay,
myself, aye.
all right, so all in favor, Pam, aye. You two go.
Candace, aye.
Go ahead, Steve, say it.
Steve, aye.
Thank you.
There we go. All right, now we've started.
All right,
okay.
All right, so we have two plans to ratify. The first one being number 51, Paradise Lane. So are there any issues with that?
No, 51 Paradise is just gonna be a repair, which is good, and it was totally approved by the design engineer and the review engineer. So it's all
All
set.
right. How about any issues with 122 Mount Ponce that we need to talk about?
Nope, same thing, they, all the revisions came in and they were both, there was only minor on that one anyway, so I would ratify both.
All right, could I get a motion to ratify 51 Paradise Lane as well as 122 Monpont Street?
I motion to ratify the agent's approval of 51 Paradise Lane and 122 Monpont Street. All in favor? Aye, Pam.
Aye, Candace.
Aye, Steve.
Very good.
All right, virtual meetings as a discussion item. How do we all feel about this?
Doesn't
Well,
matter to me. Like I said, I thought we had to be remote. I'm indifferent.
I'm only remote this week because my wife came down with COVID at the beginning of the week, so we're all kind of staying out of places.
Yeah.
I think as time goes on with work schedules and me having to be here with the kids, I think eventually remote might get a little easier. But really, for the time being, it's only as a precaution for tonight. But I'm open to anybody's, ideas on it.
I think as needed or,
right, it's a great,
I think it's a great option.
yep.
Yeah.
And if there is like a design plan that's gonna need heavier review, or certainly anything that requires a variance, then we'll have to make sure that either it gets reviewed by you guys so that you know exactly, see what you're voting on versus,
Right. And even we can do, we could do similar, split, so like say Steve stops in on, Tuesday and looks at the stuff because, Wednesday he needs to be, around for his kids or whatever. Candace and I, whatever, come in early so we can look over it or look over it while during the meeting, so.
And now I have the availability to scan it. So I can take a plan, I can scan it, and I can actually email it off to you guys individually. So
Right.
I think that we have great options with both things available.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on the nursing situation?
So I didn't hear from our second candidate. Actually, I got one email that just said, she might be interested, but I'm not gonna chase somebody for a job. I think that they should probably try to reach out to me for it.
Now, so you're saying this is the one that she was supposed to be here and then sent you an email that night?
Exactly,
Okay.
you know?
And so she didn't ask to like come at another time or?
Nope,
Okay.
no, not at all.
But I think we
And
thought her
the last interview that we had, that candidate has called me several times. There's not been a nudge at all. She just wanted to make,
Yeah.
like, be aware of it, so. I don't know, I thought she interviewed well.
How does the board feel about that particular candidate?
I thought she was great. I think that, as we talked about, she's gonna give us sort of all of her focus and, I feel like she's gonna do a really good job, whereas the second candidate was certainly qualified, but seemed to have a lot going on. I didn't have any reservations about that candidate that we met.
I agree, same,
I like her communication and follow through.
yeah.
And it is it's a contract, so we can at least even just try her out
Yeah.
until July. And then if for some reason she doesn't show us what we thought it could be,
Right,
we just have to part ways, but
yeah.
I just think, her conversations have been really solid in the commitment and the concern for the community and to do right by public health, so
Right,
I
right.
like that.
Okay, so do we have to get it on the agenda to vote to accept her, or how does that work?
No, we could do it tonight. She's on there, it says nursing. If you want me to make her an offer, I could at least offer her so that we don't lose her and take it from there. So,
I'm fine with that idea.
Okay. All right, so I move to, I don't have her name. I forget her name.
Laurie Montori.
What is it?
Laurie Montori.
Montori?
Yes.
Montori?
Yes, Montouri.
Okay. I move to hire Laurie Montori for the open nurse position. All in favor? Aye. Pam?
Candace, I.
Steve, I,
All good?
I just wanted to bring to the board's attention that I was speaking with the state about our animal inspector. There's an email from the state that I provided to everybody, just for consideration of extra funding for the position that he has, based upon what other towns are doing and how many inspections he has. I still have a bunch of legwork to do. I think, I still have to review this part, but instead of asking for extra money towards our budget, I might be able to shift something, to help maybe compensate him a little bit better. But I just also want to make sure that it's not compensation that's stopping him from doing the job.
Right. So
Like,
the thing is, when I was reading that, I was just wondering, so is he saying he doesn't have enough hours? Like, how many hours does he work?
He's never said a word to me. So he may
So
have
he didn't go to you,
spoken
but he went to,
or maybe in conversations with whom I spoke to from the state about
Yeah.
that. So, that it's not time to make a decision yet. I just want you to know that that's one of the things I have on my plate. He does a terrific job.
yeah,
This guy is spot on.
all right.
And I'm sure that, almost like a restaurant though, there's certain ones that you're gonna be able to walk in and you can nail it in,
Yeah,
a quick pace, but then other ones may be much more involved, and
yeah,
I'd need to have those conversations with him
yeah,
to certainly see how that works out, and,
Yeah.
and
well, I'm just curious if it's a matter of, so how many hours does he work, do you know?
it's all just as long as you get all the bonds done and the state's satisfied. So, I don't know how many hours he works.
So I don't know enough to know, like, does he work, 20 hours a week and he gets paid whatever for 20 hours and he's saying, oh, I need more hours than that? Or is he just saying,
That's,
I'm working 20 hours and I can do it all in 20 hours, but it's so much work that I feel I deserve more per hour?
that's exactly the two questions that I need to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
answered,
okay.
but I can only get those answers from Brian.
Right,
I happened to get this email, and, I don't even know if Brian solicited for anything.
right,
But if he did and it's warranted, then we'll look into it.
Right.
And if not, then we'll take it from there. But I certainly thought you should know that we don't want to lose our animal inspector, but
right.
we also have to look at the full, the
The
big
big
picture.
picture, yeah, yeah. Okay,
It'd be good to know too, like what other towns are doing, like to see how we compare as far as figuring out if what he's asking for is reasonable or warranted, you know?
Right.
I'm sort of with Pam, I don't really know enough about it, but I think if he's doing a good job, he should be compensated equally to, comparable towns.
I had I believe it was brought up maybe in 2019 from Kathy, and I can forward you what the other towns in the area. She had like 10 towns and what they were being paid or in their position, and it looked like pretty much ballpark. But again, that's 2019 money, so, but just something that we'll have to have conversations on moving forward. But
Okay.
at least it started the discussion and puts it out there in the open. And
yeah. Okay.
Right. What do you get going on with COVID, Bob?
the run rates in town, I got the 2-week again, and what I've been tracking, at least the last week, has shown a significant decrease in the amount of positive cases that we've had. But the 2-week run rate, because the week before that was very high, puts us in that 21%, which other towns are now dropping into the 15s. So I think the next 2-week run will really give me a better indication. But it's probably the first weekend I haven't had to spend at least 3 to 4 hours on contact tracing. So I call that a success too. They're down quite a bit, so that's good. And then the town did get a distribution of test kits from the state. So we have approximately 10, 9, 9, a little bit under 3,000 test kits that we plan on distributing. This time, Chief and I talked about it, and not this Saturday, but next Saturday. We'd like to try to, weather permitting, do a drive-through. People would basically go down, the road over here, and then come into the parking lot, pick up their kits, and then be able to exit either right or left out of the town hall parking lot. So, he has staff. Excuse me? He has the staff to do it, so I'll leave a small supply at the fire station and with us, so that after the event, the few stragglers or people who are really in need, we'd be able to support. I've already, distributed to a couple of the offices, and Council on Aging will also have a supply that they'll have for their population. So, you know, at least we'll get them out there fast and on a weekend. Because the only complaint I got last time was because we did it midweek, or
Right.
but it was also it
People
was
working.
yeah, and it was right before Christmas too, though.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, that made it a little bit tough. And we were contemplating this Saturday, but it really was tough to get, you know, to have got the message out and know exactly what's going to happen with Friday's storm. You know, Friday could be weird.
Yeah.
Saturday looks pretty good, but you know. We have
So
to-
when you say Saturday, then do you mean in 3 days?
No,
Or the
no,
week after?
yeah, the week
okay,
after.
So the 12th.
Yep.
Okay.
That will give us enough time to
Okay.
put it out on social media, put it on the, you know,
Yeah.
potentially
Put it
the
up on the
board.
board.
Yep.
Right.
And hopefully get some more test kits out to people who need them. I mean, there's some people who may not have even used theirs from last time. Because really the testing priority is if you feel sick or if you think that you have put yourself into a position where you could be getting sick, and then, you know, so it's not just, hey, let me have a bunch of test kits, you know, for the fun of it. So I guess if you're getting some from the state or from the feds, and you haven't used up what you already have, maybe save them for other people who are in dire need.
Do you need any help that day, or is the fire department gonna basically handle that?
Fire's gonna handle it. I'll be here also. But I think between me, Kendra, and a couple of you know, firefighters, we should be able to knock it right out. It should be pretty painless. But what we'll do, just to track the households, it will still be 2 kits per household. And last time we logged everything. This time I'll just take the town registry, and when somebody comes up, show me your license, you know, Anawan Drive, cross it off, cross it off, cross it off, and that will, you know, at least give us a degree of control. We're not looking to be monsters, but we also
Yeah.
want to make sure everybody gets a shot,
Right.
or enough get a shot, so.
Right.
So,
MS4.
MS4, Concom was able to meet with VHB the other night. They did it virtually. And they're fine with everything. VHB, which helps us with that, you know, particular grant, just asked if the revisions, which I hope I sent you guys, or if I didn't, I can.
Revisions to.
To the town bylaw. What they did is they struck out like double wording and a lot of things that, you know,
And who-
weren't
so the-
necessary.
So the bylaw committee, or who did the strikeouts?
That's VHB, who's the service that the town pays for to
Okay.
handle this.
Okay.
All that Concom had to do was approve that they will, in fact, permit anything with biosolids. So they said they would do that. They've just asked if I would present it to the select board, or just give it to the select board,
Yeah.
so then they can get the actual draft of what they want for the town bylaw and take it from there.
Okay.
So basically, my role at this point is just taking the documentation that they sent me
Yeah.
and providing it to the select board, and they take it from there.
Okay.
But at least all the legwork on the bottom, you know, the bottom part's done.
Right. Right.
So that's good news. Yeah. Painless.
All right, so we have to affirm some bills paid. So the first one is for Robert Valerie, the health agent. The 2 is for Margaret Seltzer, the administrative assistant. Number 3, Kelly Kelly Dwyer, the secretary. Number 4, and Brian Kelly, the animal inspector. Can I get a motion to affirm those 4?
I motion to affirm the payroll items 1 through 4 for the week ending February 3rd. All in favor?
Second.
Oh, thanks. All in favor? Aye, Pam.
Aye, Candace.
Aye, Steve. All right, the second is a transfer payment 10/6/21 or 10/6/21 FY 22-01, declining bonding from landfill capping expenditures account 30-519, correct payment account, landfill engineering account number 01-519. Everyone good on that?
Yeah. I move to affirm the transfer payment as read under item B.
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye, Pam.
Aye, Candace.
Aye, Steve. Alrighty. Permit, Bob, that's something to be signed, so was that already voted upon?
What conditions? No, they're not, but you could do permits 1 through 9. They're all just our regular permits of people that have been and want to remain licensed in town, first of the year renewals.
Right. Could I get a motion to approve with, under the conditions that all required documents are submitted to the Board of Health office, permits 1 through 9?
I move to approve permits with the condition that all required docs are submitted to the Board of Health, 1 through 9.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye, Pam.
Aye, Candace.
And when anybody has a chance, Steve, there's a bunch for you to sign. Candace,
Aye, Steve.
there is your, I believe your, no, that's already, print your name. I guess it needs to be signed. The ethics one.
I'll be in tomorrow. Bob, I can come sign tomorrow. I'm gonna be in tomorrow to pull my papers.
Yay,
We'll stop by and sign for you.
perfect. So between Stephen and Candace, then we'll have everybody signed. Because you
Yeah,
did it all.
this Friday, that's when everything kind of cools off. Document Friday morning.
Okay.
You guys are there for Bob on Friday, Bob?
Oh, wait, Friday? Depends on the weather. I'm gonna see what happens. If not, I mean, you can do it Monday.
Alright, sounds good. Alrighty. I'm looking for a motion to close this meeting at 6:57.
I motion to close the meeting at 6:57.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye, Pam.
Aye, Candace.
Aye, Steve.
Very good.
Bob?
Aye.
Night.
What?
Thanks, you too, Bob. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.